SederQuilts, and I want to introduce you to my new best friend tool-wise. This is a huge Allen wrench, and I never knew what it was for, but boy did I learn this week that it is very important. Every once in a while there's something that just doesn't quite go right, and there's lots of things that we usually check, and 90% of the time it takes care of the problem. But boy oh boy, tonight we had to move the rollers out of the way so that I could take my quilter off the carriage and turn the carriage upside down and do some extra special cleaning. I'm going to show you a few things. When we first turn on the computer, it takes a little while and you can hear lots of things happening, and there are motors that turn on and off some gears. Did you hear that noise and that noise? That means that my computer and my machine are now engaged. And on a Handi Quilter with a Pro Stitcher, the crosshairs turn to orange. And then I'm a free motion girl, so I oftentimes take my gears out and I go into free motion, and then it turns to purple. Sometimes when I push that button one time, everything works like it's supposed to, but lately when I've been pushing this button to turn on or off my gears, and I actually have it down on this side as well, it was not turning things completely on or turning things completely off. And so I had to call into the HQ Tech guys. They are fantastic, and they talked me through the usual steps of, did I go to tools, did I go to advanced, did I check on the advanced communication and reconnect the motors, reconnect the machine. Those are the things we usually do, and that takes care of things. But it wasn't quite doing the trick. And then he realized that this little gear thing wasn't working. But what was happening was this had not completely engaged one way or the other. And he asked me if I had this tool. And I said, you know, I do have a bunch of tools and Allen wrenches and things in my box. Let's go see what we have. And yeah, I had never even really noticed this one. I had always looked at all the regular Allen wrenches. He said, no, the one with this big special handle on it. This is a manual way to engage this dealy bob down here. There's a little hole in front, and when you insert this long Allen wrench, there's a little hexy thing in there. And then when you get it in there just right, you can raise this and lower this manually. So if we turn the carriage upside down so you can see what's going on, there are two sets of gears. There's a north-south gear and an east-west gear. And then the blue track that the gear runs on, the east-west, the horizontal track, is on your table. Horizontal, like horizon, east-west. And then under the quilting machine is your north-south track. This blue track underneath the sewing machine controls your up and down movement. But he said by manually engaging or disengaging that gear, that should solve my problem. And actually we found a little tiny piece of thread wrapped around something in there tonight, so we cleaned that out. Well, it was solving the problem sometimes, but not always, because there was a thread in there. So anyway, sometimes when things are not working, there are more things to check out. Like a little thread hiding in the gears. But you have to be careful to have a little pillow of batting to put your machine on, Make sure you turn everything off first and unplug everything, and be very, very careful to disengage some of your wires and things that way so you're not creating more problems. Now that everything is clean and working again, I can put it all back together. I'm such a happy camper. So there you go. I hope that was helpful and not too terribly confusing. But if your regular checklist doesn't seem to take care of the problem, call HQ Tech and they will walk you through all the things. But in case they ask you about that huge Allen wrench and manually engaging or disengaging that gear, now you'll have an idea of what they're talking about in case that is your problem. So anyway, good luck, have fun quilting, come back, see me again, toodaloo.